Welcome back, everyone, to Labyrinth of the Forsaken, and hello to Script Welder. He showed up in the comments the other day to say he's been watching, and apparently has already kind of started working on a couple things based on, I know, larger community feedback, but like one or two things directly from these videos, so that's really awesome. I hope I haven't at any point made it seem like I'm not enjoying the hell out of myself. I'm so excited about this game and seeing the way the series has been expanded. I think, this is so expensive, but it really seemed like you just do need higher damage. If not now, soon, but I think kind of now. So I don't really want to be putting that one off. Ooh, is this going to be extra cleave? Increased damage of cleaving attacks for weapons that hit multiple enemies. So anything that has cleave will deal 2 instead of 1 to those adjacent enemies. That's huge. Oh, I would be just shy of being able to increase both of these. I think improved cleave is pretty huge. I think I am going to go for that. Maybe raising the max focus, because I guess that also means you start the level with additional focus, which does make a pretty big difference. I don't know if there's really much here that I feel dramatically that I need continuous access to. Being able to generate coins is kind of a cool one. Just keep using those vending machines, but I don't know if every level is going to have that. That might be a little bit city specific. Let me explore around the room and see if I might gain echoes for reading about my dream, and then I can buy that other thing still. After I went through a familiar-looking train station, I found myself in a city. It was dark and empty. Almost no people around. No trace of my brother anywhere. At the end of the dream, I found a tall building, a casino with some posters outside. They were advertising some trio of singers. I have no idea if this leads anywhere or is just a random dream. The only way to find out is to venture further. I really thought maybe it's this. Maybe it's the documents that add echoes. The termination letter. There we go. Dear Sir, following up on the previous letter, in which you were warned about our dissatisfaction with your recent performance. We did not notice any improvement on your side. To reiterate, the list of faults attributed to you is as follows. Negligence of duties. Frequent clock-ins with 30 or more minutes late. Some clock-ins with 1 or more hours late. Avoidance of co-workers and supervisors. In the light of the above, and with no visible signs of any will to improve, we have unfortunately decided to terminate your contract, effective immediately. Your personal belongings left at the workplace will be disposed of, if not picked up within 7 days of receiving this letter. That must have come before. Like, surely they know at this point. I had no idea Thomas lost his job because of his obsession. Yeah, so that happened a while ago. That's makes a lot of sense. Oh, there is still a voicemail. Is it still just going to be Alex? He's the only one calling. Yeah. Hi there, Amy. Another day of finding out what happened to Thomas, huh? Sorry if that sounded snarky. I didn't mean to. Amy, there's no easy way of saying this. Thomas died of an epileptic seizure. His mind was gone, suddenly and painlessly. Or at least they say it's probably painless. Hell, he didn't even know it happened. Was dead before he hit the... Jesus, I'm sorry. This whole situation gets to me more than I thought. It's not about me taking some of your shifts. I said it's fine. But I'm worried about you. Don't take too long, okay? Bye. You have no new messages. Right, the neighbor who comes and checks on us was exclusively when getting caught by the shadow people. So that's not a recurring thing that's happened. I don't... max integrity I don't feel the need for right now. Max focus, on the other hand, is a pretty good one. And the starting with extra focus I found, or an extra item I found, wasn't immediately that useful, especially if you have extra focus and then can just spend it on whatever item you want. Although, I guess it's a fully charged item, so that is kind of good. Does this still only gain 100? Yeah, it almost feels like this one needs to scale up. Either the more you use it or the deeper in the game you are. Because, like, it just suddenly stopped being valuable, really. So quickly, I do want to sign back into here and grab up... I was thinking of doing the medic, but big pockets actually could be kind of huge. Yeah, never needing to sweat that and kind of just going full hoarder. Big pockets is the achievement for that one. Hoarder mode, I think, has a lot of value, so I am going to go with that. The max focus thing, it really only matters at the very, very start. It's specifically from your researched item list, and I haven't researched that many items. Am I able to influence what item it is? As far as I've been able to tell, I don't think so. So like, it has a high chance of giving me, like, a bone. And that's something I, like, don't care about gaining. Anything else is, like, not bad, really. But it is a freebie at no cost. I think I'll do it one more time and see what it gives me. If it's a painkillers again, then, like, maybe that informs its usefulness. Like, more on a broader scale. And now I think I should head towards the attic. So things like the casino and the cave have already been added. They're already next steps available to me. It makes it seem like I'm not going to fill in any of this area. Maybe that will branch out after the fact. But I'm going to go to the attic, which I'm not excited about. Sounds scary. The uppermost floor of the hotel is taken by an attic. A place where we often put things we no longer want in our lives. I don't find attics as scary as basements. But we'll see if I want to reevaluate that feeling after this. Yeah. Okay, 4 out of 4. And I started with the nailed planks, which actually is really good. I'm actually pretty stoked to have that one. So that does make the freebie item thing more valuable. And I do just... Oh, wait. Did I start with one fully real... Oh, no, this is the imagining items. I'm sitting here thinking I had one durability of each of those. No. I am going to imagine some nailed planks. Up to 3 even. I'll do up to 3. And then I'll worry about anything else based on need as things come up. I have some weapons, I have some defense. Anything else I can hopefully just find as I go. Only the one doorway accessible up here. And obviously the elevator, but I'm staying on one level for now. So that looks a lot like Joshua. I don't think I know who that is. And that looks like one of the trio of singers. That's my initial impression of these people. Oh! Did you know there's a poster of you in the hallway? Joshua! How have you been, Amy? It's surprising how we keep finding each other in these... places? What brings you here, Joshua? Work, as always. I'm a journalist, and I believe there is a topic wherever I look for it, even here, in the dream world. Or you could just get some rest, like everyone else who sleeps. Says you, who is clearly here to relax. Touché. So, what's the story you're working on? That this is all real? Isn't that a huge story within itself? Dreams being connected, existing within the people who created them, nightmarish monsters living inside discarded memories. Tell me that doesn't sound fascinating. It does. It also does sound like something that nobody would believe. I know I didn't. And now, here you are. Is there anything I could do to help? Aren't you just the kindest? As a matter of fact, yes, you could. I could really use some help right now. See, I found myself in a bit of a pickle. I'm here to gather material for an article, but to be completely honest, some of that involves certain risks, getting in situations I'd rather not put myself in. And for various reasons, I feel like you aren't a stranger to said situations. Could you be more specific? I need pictures, photos, of those nightmarish creatures, of monsters that roam the halls of this place, but I don't really feel like facing one right now. You want me to take pictures of monsters? Well, yes, but not necessarily many monsters, just a few snaps of one should be enough. Am I going to have to do this in combat and, like, trade off a turn? That could get really risky. Oh man, my health bar, the width of each individual bar, I think, shrunk down a little bit since the last upgrade. Still, that sounds crazy. I know, that's exactly why I haven't done it yet. Please, would you be willing to help? Take this camera, use up all the film it has when you encounter a monster. I've heard one often roaming through the corridor outside the room. Use up all the film when you encounter a monster, so all on one monster. Instant camera, yeah, so snap 3 photos of one monster. That's, like, pretty reasonable. Okay, we got coffee to come back to. Immediate first aid will be nice. An additional defensive option. Oh, huge. Full bottle of medicine. See, one thing I'm trying to remember. Does it cost the same to summon a full, like, thing you don't have at all yet? Yeah, it does. Like, the screwdriver painkillers are 2, 1, and each additional one is also that. So it's not like I need to immediately try to up the durability of the trash can to avoid recreating it later. So I think I'm just going to leave it alone. And hang on to those, focus, know that the coffee's there. The flavor text for this looked fun. When we were kids, I used to play knights with Thomas, using one of these as a shield. Yeah, I've never been a princess type of a girl. Anyway, it's not perfect, but it should block some hits. Oh yeah, nice big inventory. Okay, so I know I have 9 extra focus I can come back to. Okay, there you are, man. I guess I was thinking, he said he's wandering around in the hallway, and here I am just like, it's the end of the hallway. There's not any more hallway to explore. But yeah, there you are. Right when I'm sipping my coffee. It slows the target. Ooh. Okay, well, let's just do that right away then. Now he'll be locked, but that's fine, right? I could do it again right away. But I think he'll be locked until he attacks, so I might as well just start chipping away at his health a little bit. The cleaver has cleave, right? Yes, it does. So I do kind of want to save that at least a little bit. I will throw up my shield, which so you do at least 3 damage. I should inspect that. Now he's getting ready to do 5. Oh. I'll just let bleed do its thing. Right, I get to re-slow you. That's actually huge. That's so huge. Because I'll be able to snap these 2 photos and throw down a punch here, and that should do it. Yeah, stacking that bleed on there was very important. 3 out of 4, not bad. Although, yeah, not the most useful thing to me anymore these days. Immediately regenerate that. It's the best weapon in the game. At least it seems to be, you know? Well then, I can immediately go take those photos back. Did they take a spot? No, they don't occupy the menu at all. What's the point of the camera? I might as well see what he wanted to say. You do realize this is all a dream. Yes, of course. A shared vision, a dream, however you want to call it. So, what's the point of taking pictures? You know, it's not like you'll wake up with them sitting on your pillow or something like that. Of course I know. Things don't work like this, but maybe you don't know. If we reach the end of the night, if we wake up without interruptions, whatever we hold, we get to keep in our heads. Yes, I know what you mean, but are you trying to say you'll be able to recreate the monster's appearance from memory? Yes, and while I might not be a visual artist, I'm pretty good with words. The more details I can remember, the more refined the description I'll provide my readers with. But wouldn't all that be a bit too abstract to a random person? You and I both know things about dreams that others don't. People won't believe me, that's what you're trying to say. People will say I just had a very vivid nightmare, nothing more. Well, consider this to be my problem. As a journalist, I'll try to bring the truth right to their doorsteps. It's up to them if they accept it or not. I've got the pictures you've asked for. Really? Show me! Oh, yes, there it is. Wow, that's scary. Looks like it's about to attack. This one's a bit blurry, but sometimes that can be even better, especially in print. Blurring leaves bits and pieces to the reader's imagination. Oh, that one is even better. Wow, you had to approach it very closely. You're really brave. I work at a vet clinic. I guess approaching beasts that want to bite my head off is just something I learned to do. Either way, these are amazing. I'll put them to good use, but don't worry, I'm not going to leave you empty-handed. Take this. I feel like you might find it useful. I wonder what would happen if I killed that monster prior to getting the photos. Would I have to wait till another opportunity? Would the monster come back? Would I just totally block off access to whatever this is? Do not know. I'll regenerate the one on the nailed planks. Next time I get a chance, I feel like I should up my max focus and the amount of focus I gain from coffee. Or the beverages in general. I forget if these coffee stations or coffee in a thermos, I think they both work the same. Like, I think they both have improved. Yeah, like if I upgrade that one more time, then it'll go up to 12 per, like 12 total, 4 per sip, and then that would perfectly fill that. But then I would have to have perfectly used it. So raising the focus gives a little bit more wiggle room that I'd kind of like to build up. I did kind of just want to walk in the back there to see if there was anything behind that wall. I kind of missed there was a door down here. Okay, back to the scientist again. Elaborate shit going on now. Nailed plank. Not right now. Maybe once I've used it some more. Is he in this side area? Amelia! Really interesting to see you here. Do you remember me this time around? Yes, I remember you, Doctor. Noted. In that case, I will skip the introduction. Do you have any new questions for me? Just keep in mind, yeah, okay, so he has the same usual introduction each time. What are you doing here again? Research. What sort of research? Isn't that obvious? A dream-related one. Object permanence, to be exact. Have you noticed things around you seem to vanish or fall apart? Definitely, especially in contact with monsters. What monsters? Various types. Never mind that. Yes, items seem to fall apart quite easily here. Exactly, that's object permanence. In dreams, unlike in the real world, things seem to vanish when you stop focusing on them. And similarly, a lot of items crumble into nothing if you focus on them too much. I'm still trying to plot a chart of permanence versus focus. So far it's quite zigzaggy. Will I eventually be able to nuke these enemies with my mind bullets? For me, the magic number seems to be 4. What do you mean by that? I can swing an arm bone 4 times before it breaks. With a what? Okay, bad example, but I hope you know what I meant. 4 times. I'm pretty sure that was some training. You should be able to increase that number. I will let you know when that happens. Until then, thank you for your input. So, potentially an upgrade. I wonder if these sort of interactions are adding to that upgrade menu, or if it's just the amount of echoes I've invested is increasing the range of things I can invest in. Very curious. I'm uncertain how that system works. Either version of it's kind of cool. I understand how the results of the sewer experiment might have been upsetting for the higher-ups, and I agree we need to consider sleepers' morale going forward. Terminating the altered researches was a good call, and I'll stick by it. Researchers, yeah, Jesus. The deceased's family will be compensated for their loss, so there shouldn't be any further issues regarding that. Now, you've all seen the reports, and we all know what the entities are capable of doing. Because this might prove to be an obstacle, or as we choose to call it, a challenge, I would like to suggest another phase of this experiment. Find the experiment proposal outlines attached below. Dr. R. Banks, and a page is missing. I just had a thought in the middle of that ever since the train station, the game has shifted entirely to, like, go get an object and then use it in this place. And it's usually a very direct, like, chop this tree down. tie this chain to this thing. And it was only the very, very, very beginning of the game that had something like, you know, the layering the letters from two different sources together. That type of puzzle is very cool. It's surprising that it's only really been the one of that type. Maybe sticking the golden Sphinx statue together kind of feels samey, but like not. I feel like it is still distinctly just go get items and put them together. And that kind of is what that one is too, but I don't know. It's maybe I'm overthinking it, and it is all still puzzling of a single ilk. That there's not the variance in it that I'm projecting. All the like taping and stuff that he's done here is a little wild, and I'm not entirely sure what it's about. I was hoping there'd be a bit of an explanation for it. Oh wait, the elevator does just work. Because I think I've cleared out this floor. Never found a map. With a keyhole. For some reason the top floor is restricted. Well, we have a solution for that. Will I have a range? Oh no, I'm going up. Of course I'm going up. Gotta go to the attic. Oh, it's just the same as any other floor. It just is the floor of a building. But of course it's spookier. Well lit. Lots of natural light. Weird cocoon man there. Yeah, kind of expected a crumble. Curtained passage. There's a lot of those around. The swinging light is freaky as well. I'll probably need a crowbar for that. I'm surprised the clock isn't freaking the hell out. This seems like somewhere where I will be attacked. High likelihood. Postcard. The picture shows a dilapidated, decaying building. Why would anyone send a postcard from a place like this? I know people who like going to like haunted places. Wish you were here. I'm lost. Too many rooms. Something follows me. They pretend to be still. Taste of mold in my throat. Freaky. So, pretending to be still is more of these statue men, I'm guessing. Hanging cloth. Can I kind of pull these down? The dog. The familiar dog. Guitar. Thomas used to play an identical guitar when he was younger. I was curious if I could interact with that, like, answering machine looking thing. Ah, okay, here's our map. How sprawling and difficult to navigate is this going to be? Three different areas to go already. If those two all fell apart, you seem like the most likely one to attack. Alright. Let's just blast through all of those and just know that they're gone. Gives me a little bit of confidence to know they're not lingering over my shoulder. Pickaxe is good, especially now I got that boosted damage. Oh yeah, that boosted damage would have made a huge difference in that early fight. I wasn't thinking of it. Anytime I see something's not plugged in like that, or hear someone say it, all I can think of is sick animation. The swing of the George Foreman grill, I forget specifically which animation it is. The cat has like an anchor tattooed on his sleeve. Oh man, it's that stupid line. It's not plugged in. It's burnt into my head, but I can't think of the specific animation it's in. Shadow people scrawled on the wall. This seems taped up. Someone in the comments pointed out that you can use a screwdriver to open boxes instead of like specifically a box cutter. And honestly, I get that. I feel like I would have done the same. Most of the time I'm just ripping boxes open and don't really care. But like, I don't disagree with that. Whatever, I'll just merge them. I feel like I understand. Yeah, you can stab a screwdriver in there, it'll work. David! And I think the red truck might have been from that game as well. This coloring book contains black and white line art of various vehicles, crudely colored in with crayons. The last marked page has some hints from the book and the young artist's comments. Hints from the book? Do coloring books need hints? Color the car green, crossed out. Car should be red because red cars are faster. Below, draw the car driver. On the next page, there's a picture of a rocket ship. Yeah. Okay, so that's definitely Don't Escape 4. I don't know if that would have been, like, literally Cody. Probably not. Cody was older to be using, like, more directly accurate language, I think. Someone here is quite the artist. Okay, if I walk in that area, am I going to get attacked by a spider? Is that a little Dark Souls warning message being written behind for me? Maybe I'll have to fight that at some point. Okay, this is like... Definitely one of these is jumping out and attacking me at some point, right? There we go. Had to happen eventually, right? Let's start with Cleave. Yeah, get them both hurt. And I think I'm going to switch targets. Get an additional cleave going. Oh, nice. Lucky. Oh, yeah, that bleed. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, and just squeeze in a punch. That went phenomenally. And I only used one cleaver to do that. It was huge. Upgrading damage and bleed. Paying off pretty quickly. Yeah, just merge those. Take the echoes for it. I'm fine with that. Torso, extra shield, not bad. I'm guessing there's no other real immediate threat in this area. That one kind of wiggled a little bit, but that might have just been me bumping into it. Okay. I just feel a bit of a need to kind of clear the area. Okay. I feel somewhat confident in what's been dealt with there. Multiple bikes. The way these musty old blankets were billowing caught my eye. Didn't really seem to be anything. Matchbox. Maybe that'll become relevant in this area. Hey, no, I never learned how to generate a crowbar. It's feeling like maybe that would be one worth learning, though. Haven't played since I was little. Doesn't seem to be like a puzzle with the piano or anything like that. The Sunrise Telegram Doll Exhibition. This week in our town. This is one of those stories that feels like a fantasy, a dream come true, when passion and talent wins against all adversities. From a dark basement to museum halls. Be there, and maybe you will inspire the artist's next work. So is that, everything that's going on in here? Like, no, in the museum. It's not like in a hotel. But like maybe these mannequins are all meant to be part of this guy's doll work? Oh, there is further to go. Like an additional room on the other side of that. Yeah. Sometimes I miss those little lights under the door. I guess my face is probably directly in the way for it. This is neat. Always fun to climb around on a roof. Chimney seems clogged. There's something stuck in there, but I can't reach it. Can you just reach it with like a bone or something? The chain long enough? The chain is long enough to reach the object, but I won't be able to fish it out. So need some sort of hook. Well, this is freaky. A kneeling mannequin, a lying masked mannequin, a menacing mannequin. There's some sort of tongue twister in there, isn't there? This reminds me of the BioShock guy who makes his weird, like, plaster people. This hanging one is also freaky. I don't like that. Oh. I also just bumped into one just, like, walking into the room. There's a passage there. I am going to generate this extra bit here. Everything else is pretty well set. I'm going to call it good. A line. Do you want to pick up a smiling mask? Sure. I have the space. I don't like that I have my back turned to a thing with a weapon right now. Oh, the way that they're like cast in light there was really cool. Am I hearing a person in this room? Ballerina. Something is missing. Do you need a smiling mask? Not really. Okay. Too obvious, I guess. It's kind of freaky the way that they're, like, positioned to be, like, watching this. The way that this area is all chained together. Up in, like, climbing around on the roof and stuff is all really interesting. Oh, and I'm still up on the roof. Oh, Tutu, what's up? How's it going? Graceful landing. Amelia, it is good to see you. Alas, the circumstances are far from good. Well, catch me up. Tell me something about the realm of dreams. I feel like this is all stuff I would have heard from her before, but then I've lost re-moving through things. Okay, so I definitely would have asked her about those. What did I say? He's curious and ambitious. Dr. Scholzer. Sidereal, we would have asked her about that, but David, I forget what I said here. Doesn't matter. I don't know if it matters. Traveler David. I met a guy at the train station. His name is David, and he definitely was a sleeping person. He was on his way somewhere, struggling to remember things. He didn't seem to be aware that he was dreaming, though. I hope I didn't break anything by talking to him. Did you tell him it was a dream? Yes. He was surprised, and then he just dissolved into nothingness. He vanished. His dream ended. I told you, the shock of realization might be the greatest hindrance in the art of lucid dreaming. And maybe if someone else told you, rather than that realization being internal, makes a difference. I hope I didn't cause any harm. You can never be certain. But do not worry. He has his own journey. You have yours. Not everything that happens is a part of your story. I met someone sitting in a dark basement, asking me for food. I'm fairly sure it was a child, and they knew it was a dream. I felt bad for whoever that was. They seemed to be stuck in there, or just not wanting to move. Perhaps the shadow people were upon them, or maybe just an overwhelming sensation of dread made them stuck in one place, unable to continue. I don't get it. If someone realizes they're in a dream and it's a nightmare, sometimes waking up might prove more difficult than you might think, Amelia. People end up in comas. They do end up being unable to wake themselves up. Some just choose not to, even when facing a nightmare. I feel like we would have kind of gotten through the realm of dreams and visiting other worlds. So, the mannequins. This place is crawling with all those mannequins. Their uniformness and lack of facial features hints at something. Perhaps something about losing one's identity, or a fear of becoming plain and indistinctive. Even Tutu analyzes dreams. Whatever the case might be, I do not know why they are here. It is a relatively new addition. So they weren't here before Thomas was lost? Indeed. Keep in mind, this realm is ever-changing. There are no constants that cannot or will not be altered with time. Perhaps the mannequins are somehow connected to your brother's fate. Perhaps they are not. They could be the cause, but also the consequence. Attic, huh? I don't think an attic is a regular nightmare trope, is it? This realm does not take the human concept of tropes into consideration. Things in the attic are hidden away from the world. They are objects frozen in time. Memories encapsulated within household items that people decided to put away. Encapsulated memories. Isn't that the case with most items? Yes, but the items people decide to put out of view are somewhat special. They are not desired around anymore. Still too precious to just throw away, but too harmful and painful to keep around. I would say this place represents suppressed memories, a storage for all the things that are no longer needed or welcomed in life. Some memories are too shameful to keep, some are too heartbreaking. In any case, going through them might be cathartic, but often just traumatic and painful. This feels like a good place to look for your brother, I believe. I feel like there was a branch. Maybe there wasn't. Well, I don't need healing, so I think I'm in good shape for now. I'll just merge the screwdriver. I feel like I have a nice abundance of things, and so anything that's like not that good of a weapon, I feel kind of okay with. Like the arm, the screwdriver, they're useful, but I'm okay with them getting kind of slapped together a little bit. Weird little like seance going on in the corner. Oh, a trio of them. Oh wait, definitely I want to be using cleave then. And with all of them gearing up an attack here, I think I'm okay with burning through the planks. Each hit one is going to squeak through one hit, it seems like. But now we've got some bleed applied. And yeah, I think I do another big cleave to get rid of them. Yeah, I think just get rid of that nonsense as quick as we can. I'll replenish the planks. They have come in handy immensely. I will consume a bit of thermos. Actually, all of it. And the cleaver has proven very useful. Until I find something different, I'm going to kind of stick with that. And if these all just have human bones, I'm just going to take the freebie echoes, as minor as those are. Yeah, the torso's good, though. I'm into that. I'm into it. Okay. Pretty good. I have a lot of different things I want to invest in at this point. I feel like adding more luck is kind of huge. That really seems to pay off in pretty huge ways. The now and again when you luck out into it, like the focus you end up saving there is crazy. Oh man, nailed planks. Alright, well I know I can come back for that. I didn't need to generate it, I guess. Break up the party here. Now, again, I'm probably in the way. If an entire scene takes place down in the bottom right corner, then I'll be more likely to remember to move my face cam out of the way. But for like the brief interaction that was, I probably will forget in the edit. Okay, very specific scene from Don't Escape 4. When the group gets separated, when the building is collapsing, is that what it was? It's been years since I played that. David, Barry, and Kate? And Cody falling down? Yeah, that's a huge moment in the story. Crazy that got drawn. So does that mean that it definitely was? Funny that I can kick those around. Oh my god. Did kicking the police car in that exact line, it matched what happened in the city street, and then the red truck, like the, and sidereal plexus is on the box there. But did I weirdly just make that happen in like a roundabout time loopy sort of way? Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's how this game works at all, but it did feel like it. That picture drawn on might even be like a recurring thing. The cat. Looks like my brother and I are not the only ones lost in this world. The assistant, maybe? The cat, though. The cat should be like telling in some way. Good to know I can come back for the coffee. Didn't mean to kick that again. Rocking horse was just a general interactable. A mannequin with a cord. A cord ending with a handle dangles from the mannequin's back. Yes, I will pull it. Even if it turns into a murder mannequin. Help me. Help you? How can I help you? Probably I just need to pull the cord again, right? Who are you? Yeah, pull the cord again. Creepy. Hurts so much. I'm not just supposed to bash this mannequin, put it out of its misery, am I? And suffering. I guess I can or will. And this, please. I don't know if there's a good reason to keep pulling. I'm sorry, / you're welcome. There's something inside the plastic shell. A tiger plushie. Oh, so was that not a cat? In the other room, it was Cody's tiger plushie? Fun to see it in like the 3D version. A stuffed plushie of a white tiger, a snuggly toy, all alone, lost in this place. So like, all of this stuff that I said looks like it was being written by a kid is that much more likely to have been Cody. Oh god, this thing's freaky as hell. This mask seems happy. It's almost inappropriate given the surroundings. That gleefulness is not right. Oh, and then frowning mask on the other side. This mask looks very resentful, sorrowful. When holding it, I almost feel like crying myself, although I don't know why exactly. Cool. That's super cool that you kind of just reverse it. So potentially I was just supposed to take it off and then put it back on as the frowning mask, but we'll see maybe if or where other ways of making use of that turn up. Very cool. Very creepy. I should have thought to examine that sooner. So, this is definitely just telling me to, like, put the tiger here. And putting the tiger in Cody's bed was totally a thing in one of the other games. This toy looks like it belongs here. Not sure why, but it just feels right. Maybe I should check on it later. Like a different day, or just later this playthrough? Now I just have to check, like, is leaving and coming back enough? Is that enough time for anything to have happened? Yeah, okay. A masked mannequin head. Yes. What's that going to be all about? It's missing the mask. It's a plastic mannequin head with a disgusting mask screwed on. I don't know what it's made of, but it stinks terribly bad. You got a smelly mask going on? Whoops. Probably, hopefully, this will just use one durability of the screwdriver. Please tell me there's not like a human head behind that. Oh, it's very disgusting though. Very, very disgusting. Death mask. Death masks are usually placed on the face of a deceased person. This one was screwed to a mannequin's head. It's broken and damaged. The inside feels weirdly moist, while the teeth look terrifyingly real. It is a gross-ass mask. Very, very disgusting. I'm thinking with that tableau of the mannequins posing, the death mask goes on the one being held, the sad one goes on the one doing the holding, and now we just need a scary mask for the menacing figure. And that should complete the imagery there. But I really have no idea what to do with the ballerina. That might be like a phase 2 of the puzzle. Yeah, there's other rooms branching off of here to inspect first. Actually, I think I can get confirmation, because it didn't let me put the mask on the wrong one before. Oh, but I can pick it back up. But this does free up some inventory space, so I think I still am going to go with that. I feel pretty confident in that concept. Oh, the way that some of them are dangling is so freaky and unnatural. The sound is freaky too. Scratches. Sun, question mark, moon. There's like the arrow and the arrow, but you know, it seems to just be one leads to the other. I don't know if the arrows are telling me anything more than the left to right otherwise would. But sun, question mark, moon. It's like the South Park, like steal underwear, question mark, profit. You are extra freaky. You have weird, freaky arms. So sun something moon, right? But like, this does not work at all how I thought it would. Do I just kind of need to match that up? But then I don't know what the fish will just be plentiful in the summer? What is going on there? Oh, the adder. No, I don't think I need ya. Ooh, that's a lot of echoes. Yeah, load me up. I'm getting a little greedy with it. Like, I have space, but I also know I have other things I can go back for. More scratches. Question mark, dead, and then, like, spring. Are you just telling me, like, the seasons? Oh, so that, or is it telling me, like, should I insert these in the position of the question mark? So sun, dead tree, blooming tree, moon? It seems like the two of those things are like meant to go together. The way these are labeled does not tell me much. Oh, the direction that they need to rotate definitely matters, right? Like the... See, here I'm complaining about puzzles being kind of samey, or I guess there's been a couple, like the fountain puzzle and things like that, or the cables. I'm wrong. There are other puzzle types in this game, and now I'm immediately running into one where I'm like, I found the hints, or at least two. There might be a third hint. But now all of a sudden I'm running into one immediately after being so cocky, where it's like, what the hell is going on? So is it telling me to rotate this direction then? Yeah, those are different directions. So, let's start with the somewhat abundant fish. Let's just kind of get things into that position. It was the 3? But that's not really how this is labeled or displayed. 3 up to 5. Okay. Oh shit. Why did these not... The interactions of this is weird, because like I keep wanting to use it as an up and down and forgetting that these are the... It's like a left and right thing. It makes it look like you can interact with it top and bottom, even though it's highlighting both at the same time. It's me being clunky with it. It just feels odd. So, down with the fish, then up with the fish. Right? Because if I just have to wrap my head around which direction that means. Like down, then up? But I still have to make use of these other ones. Sun, down, then up. But is it like full sun? There's a lot of different types of sun in this whole thing. And then question mark, down, up. So is this just explaining to me, is this just a way of showing that you've done it correctly? Or am I actually going to need to flip these dials around? It's not just about having one perfect positioning on something. Shit. So, like, it was before the dead. Oh, goddamn. Okay. Yeah, okay. It makes sense by, like, interior, middle, and exterior. Like, it does make sense. I'm just sloppy, I guess. So turning it down, then up. Like, what are you trying to get me to do, man? I'm tempted to get the adder to weigh in, because, like, I don't even know if I have the right starting position, let alone what I'm supposed to do with it from there. The counterclockwise should go to the dead one. So, like, that should be my starting point. Is that a counterclockwise move goes to the dead one? No, that's clockwise. So counterclockwise, then that. Like, there's no way that's what it's asking me to do. Like, the counterclockwise, clockwise would be what those arrows are indicating, as far as I can think. But every time it's just saying go one direction then the other direction, so you're just doing a thing and then undoing it in each of these hints. And because I can't think of another way to think through that, I think I'm going to take a hint. Now, as I promised, the lock mechanism spins in circles, and it's all about that. Cycles and sequences. You need to know what point of each cycle you're in. Past, present, or future. Oh, does this connect to that 400 years game of script welders? What point of each cycle you're in? Past, present, or future. But they're just like seasons and cycles. How do you link that to past, present, or future? It's all about that. Cycles and sequences. And how do I do that? These walls have seen it all. Like living creatures, they keep memories of the cycles and sequences as scars. You just need to find them. Okay. 3 fish to 5 fish. And then the other direction. So 3 fish counterclockwise to get to 5. It's just 1. So does that just mean I need to go 1 the other direction? Let me look at you again. But 5 clockwise. I just did that, didn't I? So not. It only takes 1 turn. 1 turn to go from 3 to 5. Goes to... No, that's to 4. 1 counterclockwise. So... clockwise again? I don't think this is a combination thing. I don't think there's an order. The sun... So this needs to be... however many turns it takes... It should... This needs to be the same distance from the sun and the moon. And I'm guessing it just means at, like, the top point. So presumably that just needs to be... It needs to be directly at the midpoint. Because it's hard to imagine how else that would work. But there's obviously a left and a right to that. So I do need to factor that in. It is clockwise to the moon... counterclockwise to the sun. Maybe that doesn't really matter. I'm gonna look at the tree one first, and then I have 2 different versions of the sun one to try. Counterclockwise to get to the dead, and clockwise to get to what looks like the fully bloomed one, I think. So that would be... What did I even just say? It's 2 spins, so back this up by 2? I feel like that's not what I was trying to achieve, though. Let's try this. Oh, they don't have perfect... Okay, they're slightly off from each other. So I might not be able to... So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just 2. If it's off by 2, as far as I can... Best I can figure, it was only 1 turn, so that should only be 1 turn. But then it just ends up back at the 3, which feels wrong. Am I over or underthinking this? And also, what state is this? This seems like not the fully bloomed one. It just has some leaves in place. So you have to clockwise turn from dead to partially leaved. So let me get that set up. This is the dead one, and it takes 2 turns to get to partially leaved. So you would have had to have done 2 counterclockwise to get to there. And now I'm trying the opposite moon-sun positioning. Oh, come on. I assume it'll just tell me. It'll just tell me when it's done. So I have to go counterclockwise to the 5. Have I done that right, at least? Counterclockwise. What? What? I was just going through the cycle to be like, okay, what number of fish are there? Is there any other moment of the fish that is at 5? I didn't figure that out. I just... I think I had the right logic. I don't know why I'd never... I don't know. So clearly I had the right logic because I got the tree and the sun-moon situation correct. I didn't understand the fish one somehow. Don't know what the disconnect was there. A big wind-up key. That'll be for the ballerina then, right? I don't like all the sounds. Is that just me bumping things? Am I about to get ambushed here? I don't like what's going on. An oversized wind-up key. It's almost comically big, but there's something tells me there is nothing funny about it. I don't like it up here. Oh yeah, I am about to get attacked. So I'm gonna run the long way around and just avoid that. I think they were chasing me that whole way through. Well, I think that puts me at roughly an hour, so that would be a good time to set things down. Good place to just solve that puzzle, so I feel like that gives me a nice, easy place to pick back up from. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.